Living history, World War II stories as told by those who were there.
And today we have the honor and the privilege of hearing the story of a B-24 waist gunner in the 8th Air Force. Sergeant Frank Pease was a B-24 waist gunner with the 389th Bomb Group flying high over the skies of Europe during World War II. Brooke, how best could a gunner protect the formation?
Dave, the waist gunner depended heavily on the pilot to keep a tight formation so that he could fire numerous short bursts at the enemy fighter planes.
Okay, what is this?
That's the armor-piercing nose of a 20mm cannon that a 109 hit our plane with.
Ah. Huh. And then this?
That's a piece of flak from an 88mm. On the B-24, you have a de-icer boot around the leading edge of the wing.
Uh-huh.
And that was lodged in the de-icer boot there.
Oh, man.
And I pulled that out myself, and I've had that for, well, 50 years or more there. And I show that to people, not that I glorify war, but just to show what that stuff looks like. All they see is black powder out there in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what you're flying through.
And was that flak that got him too?
Yes. Oh, I mean, it just ripped him right across like this, and he spun around and hit me, and then he fell down to the floor. But see, at that altitude, with the temperature 60 below zero, you don't bleed a hell of a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And besides, we had Band-Aids on the wall almost this big. And
oh, uh-huh.
Well, really, they were more like this. And you just rip them out and then put them on him and let him hold it on there, because I guess with the cold and everything, the nerve endings and all were pretty dead. We were still under flak conditions there.
Right.
And of course, you never know how long the flak's going to last, or when the fighters are just laying out of range waiting to come in on you. A bullet just missed my head on the right waist, because as I said earlier there, on the command deck, which is in front of you there and covers the bomb bay, we carried 10 one-gallon cans of hydraulic fluid. I said, Lawrence, we got some hydraulic fluid leak somewhere, because it's running on clear down to the camera hatch. And he came back and he said, yeah, you're right, Frank. We've got a hydraulic leak somewhere. So he checked all the instruments, everything checked out fine. And we never could find until we landed. And remember the temperature. Well, on 1-gallon can up there on top of the deck, it only had frost halfway up on it. All the rest of them had frost all the way. And we picked it up and shook it, and a little 30 caliber bullet had gone in and lost it and punctured it halfway down, and that much fluid ran out. One of the odd stories, and that went right over my head. I shot down a plane at Kiel. There's the bombers right here, and he came in. It was a 109, and it must have been a fairly green pilot or something there, because he didn't break away soon enough. Normally they would come in and then they'd peel off and roll down like that, and he didn't. And I gave him a couple of bursts there, and smoke and everything else poured out of the plane then immediately. And I said, hey, Neff, I've got one at 4 o'clock back there, check him out. And he did. And that's the only. I had another instance, though, where a Focke-Wulf 190 came in to our formation. I mean, came right in. But I watched him, and he was wobbling like this. Honest to God, he wasn't any more than 100 feet away, and he was dead. Somebody had already shot him. I didn't. I could have blown him up, because at that time we were using API, armor-piercing incendiary bullets. But I said, if he comes this way, he'll take us with him.
Oh, yeah.
And I left him alone, and he peeled off in that direction and went down by himself. I can see that as if it happened yesterday.